Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Oh man, the title of this video is great, isn't it? The completionist should sue me. I do have to say, he really took it to him in this video, right? He did a really good job of talking about all the claims that Jirard was making on that video, all the deflection, all the non-specifics, what have you, while at the same time not getting himself into legal trouble here. So the thing that I've always said, about Mutahar ever since the phone call is that he was much more measured, right, than Carl Jobs, and he even mentioned it himself, right? He said, "I'm not going to make any of those claims," yada yada yada, and Carl is a little bit, I forget what the words he used, but he was more aggressive with it, and he made a point of making sure that everybody knew that he hadn't called him, an embezzler, right, or accused him of embezzling directly. He's in that respect, he's been smart. He's said things like it looks like, or pointed out stuff, but he's not accusing him of crimes, unlike one Carl Jobs, right? And what he does in this video very effectively is show how Jirard is using his video after all this time in his statements to try to get some sort of reputation, to make a new start, right? And he probably wouldn't have made a video if Jirard hadn't made a video and brought his name up. But now he's laid down the gauntlet, right? Like, hey dude, put up or shut up. Sue me or shut your pie hole. Now Jirard has to see and cope and do all this stuff, because unless he has his family's backing, he's not going to be able to afford to sue two people, right? And just let's take Billy Mitchell numbers. It's going to cost him about $500,000 in each country to sue these guys. And for what? Carl doesn't have any money, and he's the one that actually accused him directly. And Mutahar didn't accuse him. Right? It may be annoying. Maybe he exposed you, right? He took you to task, but Mutahar hasn't done anything that, at least in my point of view, and I'm not a lawyer, right? That's why people here are probably calling lawyers right now to find all this stuff up. But if you really look at just the ridiculousness of all this stuff, guys, it's just so ridiculous. You have two guys who were in good standing, right? And nobody would have taken a second look at them if they didn't talk so much smack. One Carl Jobs, right, talked so much shit that he got sued into oblivion, right? For the next 3 years, he's working for Billy Mitchell. That's how bad he screwed up. And Mutahar, right? Mutahar, he's always doing this compensatory self-enhancement. Now he's one of the lead investigators. Dude, don't give yourself all these titles, man. It just makes you look like an idiot, right? It's just like, not everybody that makes YouTube videos is a filmmaker. This guy's a real estate investor, a day trader. What did Nandros showed that he was? Nicandros, I think, was the channel. Expose him for all this stuff. And it's all this grandiosity complex that he has. It's just these narcissistic traits, right? Where everything he does, he has to just make it seem more like than what it is. I mean, not every YouTuber is a filmmaker. Not everybody that writes on Substack is a published writer. Can you imagine, me calling myself a filmmaker or a published writer because I make YouTube videos and I write crap on Substack? That's crazy. I mean, it's already pushing it, calling yourself a quote unquote content creator, right? Like that's the people what people use to sound more important. I don't know. Some guy makes YouTube videos, right? That's it. I don't know what I'm doing. This is not a profession, right? And all this identity and security really throws off his message of what great content he could produce, right? Just as a YouTuber commentator. That's it. You know, I mean, it's like winning the lottery. I've told you before, if you're successful at YouTube and you're making this kind of cash, you don't have to give yourself any other titles, right? And these are all fake titles, guys. You can call yourself whatever you want, right? And some people believe it, and some people just look at you like me. They're like, what are you, an idiot? He's a lead investigator. What did he do? Did he set up a team? Was he waiting outside? Was he staking out places to get all the good info, right? And, you know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy because he's a good content creator. But he likely sees himself destined for greatness, which he already achieved YouTube greatness, if you want to look at it that way. But he lacks the credentials, right, of career success to match them. You know, at least the expectations that he has in his mind. So he self-appoints these titles to himself, you know, and then makes defensive statements, you know, and then he constantly compares his achievements to those of his family, you know, like, oh, they did great things and I did great things too because I went and shot a video in another country or stuff like that. It really takes away from the good commentary content that he can make, right? Like this video was pretty good, but then you call yourself one of the lead investigators, you and Carl Jobs. Jeez, I can't. Oh man, you know, and at the end of the day, guys, all this could be solved by phone calls. You know, Jirard is immature for making that video. Just, dog, let it go. You're never gonna win that argument, man. You're eternal bullshitter. And why did he come out with curls? What the fuck? He's all feminized now and shit. He's got curls and he's gonna pay. I mean, it's just sad. I mean, everything is fucking sad, right? And that's why people can't stop looking away, because you have a 40-plus-year-old man here wearing curls, you know, just looking like a complete pathetic fool, begging people to leave him alone so he can go back to playing video games, because that's how he wants to make money. He's a video producer. Now, he can call himself, you know, let's give him credit. You know, he's got a college degree in filmmaking, whatever it is. If he wants to call himself a you know, art director, whatever the hell, you know, I mean, at least he earned it. You know, he doesn't have to be successful. He could be the most crappiest one on earth, but at least he earned the title. He put in the time, right? But still, you know, the whole fact that you're that old and you want to be, the goal in your life is to become Dark Side Phil, to have the same career as DSP. Jeez, I can't. That's what he's fighting for, right? He's fighting for his life to have the same career as a Dark Side Phil. And the other guy, you know, whatever, you know, Mutahar here, whatever work he's doing, he's always got to fuck it up, right? By throwing in a little extra, but by just pumping in these delusions of grandeur. I was the lead investigator. Oh, Gumshoe, please tell me about it. And tell me of all those sleepless nights. running down Jirard and his family and stuff like that. No, dude, you just looked stuff up on the internet. People gave you tips, and you made a good video, good phone call. That's cool. And let me tell you something. Aligning yourself with Carl Jobs isn't a great idea. Because if anybody's going to get sued, he's confident here he's not going to get sued. And I would say, you know, without being a lawyer, right? I would be talking to my lawyer before I made this video. Did he? Probably not. I don't see any lawyer allowing this, right? I mean, the whole thing's a nightmare, right? But can you imagine that Jirard'S sues the both of them, right? And even if he knows, right? Even if he knows that he can't win one against, Mutahar because of the laws in Canada, whatever. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say, okay, look, he sues them both. Of course, they're going to have a meeting, and in the meeting, Jirard's lawyer says, you know what? We can let this go. You don't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in this. Why don't you just give me the goods on Carl? And you can save yourself $200,000, $300,000 in lawyer fees. The lawyer's going to have to tell him, hey, dude, this guy wants to cut a deal. If you send him all them DMs, right, rather than subpoena him and going back and forth, just give him all the goods and throw Carl under the bus, and you can save yourself a cool $500,000. What do you think he's going to do? What is the filmmaker going to do? What is the non-engineer going to do? Oh, man. I mean, I wish these guys straighten out their lives, right? But they're probably not, because they look at everything as content. Content is first, right? Before anything else. They have YouTube brains. Will they end up in court? I mean, it's all up to Jirard. Does he have the money? Not by the way he looks. I don't know. And he's not good with his parents because, or his family, because he threw them under the bus, right? He says, all of this was their fault. It's none of my fault, right? I take no responsibility, And I do have to tell you guys, from what I see from that man, if I had to guess, that guy wasn't looking at anything. He wanted to take care of his business, of the video game side of it, of looking good, of getting brownie points for the charity and the super chats and all that stuff, and all the clout that was going to get him in the industry. And he just didn't even pay attention to the charity stuff. He didn't even care. And even when he found out, he was just like, you guys better fix it, whatever. But he wasn't getting involved. He'd rather have his family run it, because to him, it was just a pain in the butt. And it came back to bite him in the ass. Right? That's what I think. Right? Did he know all this stuff that we're doing on the side and all this stuff? I don't think so, because that organization is still running without him, and they're doing the same crap. Right? So I do believe that family runs the way, they run their business, however that is. And I don't think he had much influence in it, because he's just not a numbers guy. Just look at him. He curls his hair. That's not a serious businessman, man. That guy's not doing any project management or business analysis or SWOT analysis. He ain't doing anything. Right? All he wants to do is YouTube videos and play video games with his doggy. Jesus Christ. He looks like a punk. Regardless, guys, this whole thing is nuts. Will they ever get to court? I don't know. I wish they don't. I'm tired of making this content, guys. I don't want to talk about this crap anymore, to tell you the truth. I'm closing out this saga because, I started covering it, but I really don't want to do this type of content anymore. I just find the people's just so sad at the end. At first, they make me laugh, right? But if you look at everybody's situation, Carl Jobs is broke, right? He's out there coping and seething of why he lost, trying to, regain some credibility after the ass whooping he took in court. You have Mutahar that just has all these complexes in his life that has to make up titles. I thought being rich was the title, dude. Just being rich. Just say, hey, my title is being rich. All the chicks dig that, right? Everybody thinks that's cool. Just be cool. Just be rich. You don't have to be an investigator. You don't have to be an engineer. You don't have to be a videographer. You don't have to be a day trader. You don't have to be any of that. Just be rich. That's good enough for the rest of the planet, believe me. And Jirard, get a real job, dude. We already have a DSP. We don't need another one. Jesus Christ. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.